The speaker tends not, or has tended not to. Now the speaker is going to talk about it, you see. That's what the mind does, you see. It relates to the past. What can I remember? What can I talk about? What do I not want to talk about? So we have this mind that still resonates with a connection to past and future, you see. So fortunately for your body, the ego resurfaces, and some of the things that are one of the things that I tend not to talk about, because I find it very difficult, because the ego simply still does not understand, but the one within truly understands, fully understands, but cannot find a way, you see. When you're looking, or you're at a satsang or a lecture regarding a possible subject, a possible subject. So let's say the subject today is, you're attending this talk about non-duality, you see, and you've been warned. It's been advertised, I paid my ticket, I'm going to this speaker, and he's going to explain to me what non-duality is. That's a simple, effective, constructive mind, you see. But any speaker that can accurately, articulately pass on a message clearly, concisely, so that the listener absolutely experiences the same, it's not possible, you see. It's not possible. It's not possible in any talk about anything. You have no idea what the speaker here is going to say next, and neither does the speaker. So we're at the same level, you see. When the talk is constructed and planned out, there's a different level, because the speaker already knows what the subject is and what is going to be talked about, and therefore it fails, you see, unless they don't put a title on it, or but the fact is, they've looked into their mind, whether it's a true mind, their ego mind, the spiritual mind, their conscious mind. They've looked into it and are now trying to replicate the messages it sent to the speaker before even speaking. I was in a restaurant about 10 years ago, and of course something mysterious was happening within my world, you see. My identity was fading. My information, my knowledge, my history, my future, everything was fading, you see, during this spell. And I was in this restaurant, and there were, I don't know, you see, because it's difficult to talk about it falsely, but there were bodies in the restaurant, alive bodies, people, but I didn't notice them. It was like everything was taking place. I was sitting, drinking my coffee, eating my snack, whatever it was, and I was the only one in the restaurant, despite all these movements. Now the ego mind can say, I was the only one in the restaurant, and all the others appear to be now insignificant. You see? That's a very human way to describe that situation. I was in the restaurant, so therefore I did not recognize any other with any state of mind apart from they were moving within a space. So therefore I am superior, you see. I must be bigger. I am more important than them, you see. But there was no I in the restaurant. There was just this that was taking place. Even I, who appears to be talking about singular, was not in the restaurant. There was just a feeling of whatever is taking place, like the ball rolling. Sometimes a ball has speckles on it, you know. Some of these footballs, they have this dimples on it, you know. And each time the ball rolls, certain dimples touch the ground. So that dimple experiences itself. Not just moving in space, but actually connecting with the surface of the ground. Well, there was no connection, you see. It was like the whole restaurant was a ball, spinning. But there was no dimples touching the ground. Everything was just spinning, rolling, beautifully. They say it's non-duality, you see. There was no recognition of any singular person standing out. There was no fear. There was no recognition of myself standing out above. So something inside has to shift immensely to experience non-duality. It's the same now. But I value now this ego to destroy that non-dual state, you see. See, duality will destroy non-duality, and non-duality will destroy duality. But they're both the same, you see. That's why it's not... You see, consciousness is all that exists. That's the only statement you can make that is separate from all other statements. God is the same as nature, nature is the same as man, man is the same as space, the universe is the same as love. You see, all these things are one thing. And the name of that one thing is consciousness. You see, everything is within consciousness. So the experience in the restaurant was simple consciousness. Something conscious of what was taking place, but not divisive, not saying I am here, they are there. The man is eating his chips. I am thinking about where I'm going after I have this snack and this coffee. There was just silence, stillness, movement within stillness. That's why this speaker cannot understand opposing values. No concept of the difference between good and bad. In a human mind, yes, absolutely. Yeah. The young boy robbed the old lady of her handbag. Bad. Yeah, bad. Absolutely bad. But these are actions. These are experiences. To think about the young man, which has not happened yet, robbing the lady of the bag, is not true. It's just a thought. So why have these thoughts? Why spend our whole life thinking about what the subject is, what we're going to talk about? Whether that one is a looking dodgy or that one is looking lost. Let the situation take place, you see. We try and prevent things, you see. That's the godly way, that's the human godly way, yeah. So let's prevent all viruses from taking place ever again. It's not possible, it's not feasible. We can't deal with the problem till the problem arises, you see. And the problem is physical. You see, when two young men are swearing atrocities at each other, you know, about what one is going to do to the other and the other one's going to hit back, there's no problem. There's absolutely no problem until one makes a strike, you know, attempts to punch, kick. Problem arises now, you see. Because that first kick and punch may never have happened, so why intervene, you see? It's the thoughts, you see. We're speaking now physical ways, but it's the thoughts that are making the stories up. The thoughts cause problems. The thoughts, if there was, I can go into a restaurant now and I can, create thoughts. I can create thoughts through memory of words, memory of past before this awakening, and I can create stories. I can look at a person and say, oh, that one looks as if he drives a very fast car. That lady looks tired, as if she's had a really hard day at work. These are assumptions, ideas, conceptual ways of destroying the present moment, you see. When Eckhart Tolle talks about the present moment, he is the most able. We're all present, you see. We're never out of this moment. We're never ever not aware. But we have a mind that chooses to walk away from awareness. Fly away from awareness. Run away from awareness. Move in and out of awareness. But there you go. I don't know if I spoke about what non-duality is or how you can get it. Is it accessible to you? What is the practice, the methods? To share the experiences is not always the best way. So, the experience of the restaurant, you have to ignore, you see. You have to ignore all others' experiences and experience anything that you feel drawn to, that consciousness is revealing to you in your way, in your time, and in your presence, you see. Namaste.